Alright, so let me first start by saying the wing did not fall off. It's still on the car. We're going to be removing it today. When I first bought the car, it was automatic, and it was basically a full stock car. Now we've done the manual conversion on it. We did an ECU tune, poly engine mounts, a couple other things, and it has completely transformed the way that the sedan drives. Before it was like kind of old and slow and felt worn and unresponsive, and it was like kind of fast, you know? And now it's like a young, perky 20-year-old, right? The manual swap, the Castle tune, the engine mounts, the intake, the strut bar, all the stuff we've done to it has completely changed the way the car drives. It's much more responsive, punchy and torquey, and it just wants to play all the time. It's no longer this like sad kind of driving car that's like, it wasn't really like super fun to drive. So we've done a lot of mods that have completely changed the way the car drives and feels, and I love it. I'm finally super happy with the way the thing is right now. So while the characteristics, the driving dynamics, the way the car feels has completely changed, the car looks exactly the same as the day I bought it. The only differences are the fact that I have the contours on the rear and the oil cooler, and we did a fog light delete and we changed the badges from black carbon badges, which were faded, to bright blue badges, which are OEM. So now I think it's time for the aesthetics of the car to catch up to the way the car feels and drives and is much more fun. And we're going to start with the wing. Now on my Instagram and on the channel, I'll frequently get asked, you know, where did I get the wing, where, you know, it's a good looking wing, all this stuff. And it came with the car. It wasn't installed in the car, so I don't know what kind of wing it is, I don't know what brand it is. It's definitely a replica wing, it is not even close to OEM. I have been in the E36 game for like 5 years now. I've gone to every Beamer Fest, every SoCal Euro, I've been to Eurofest, I've been to like local car meets, bigger car meets up in LA, San Diego, and I've seen so many E36s with lightweight wings on them, and I will tell you for a fact, the wing on my sedan is the biggest pile of shit lightweight replica wing I have ever seen, ever. It is like, you guys like the wing for some reason. And on camera, I'll give you this. On camera, it's a good looking wing. You don't see all the little shit. You guys might think that it just needs to be repainted. This wing just needs so much more than that. It's insane. So standing back here, it looks pretty good. On camera, it's not too bad. But that's mainly because we're not up close at all. It's because it's far away. You get up close, you can see that there's a lot of spots that are just not finished at all. There's like little chips. The primer is not even like 100%. We got like this whole thing going on. There's like a gap in there. That doesn't even like line up straight. It's just, it's all sorts of whack. And it's everywhere. That is not even like lined up properly. It's just wrong. You guys can see some of the hard edges that are still on here. It's not smooth or finished at all. Like this wing's actually low-key a massive pile of junk. And I was thinking about getting a different wing, going out and buying, there's like some bunch of other replica companies that make much better looking wings, but they're all like $600-700 bucks. So before we do that, I'm gonna see if I can actually refinish this one, smooth it out, put some Bondo on it, and then get it painted and make it look legit. Because right now, like, the wing stands alone as the only thing on this car that's not clean as fuck. So we're gonna try and R&R it, and you guys will see when I pull this thing off how sketchy it is, because this upper section is bolted to the lower section by like I think one bolt, and then there's one bolt holding this onto the trunk, and the rest of it is like some 3M tape that I got. You can see it's not even sitting flush on the trunk. Oh my god. And I'm doing this, one, because I want it to look better, and two, when I'm driving on the highway at like 80-90 miles an hour, I can see the wing like on the back of the car just like shaking and moving around. So, no bueno. So there's one bolt. There's supposed to be another bolt there. I don't know what happened to that one. It's not there. Same on the other side. So it's supposed to have two bolts holding it in, but there's only one on each side. So I'm gonna see if I can get another bolt in here to hold it better in place. We'll see. Look at that, it's not even, oh my god, look at that gap. It's the worst. Ta-da! You can see the young 3M. Oh, this shit's not even sticky anymore, look at that. That, and the 3M were the only things holding this thing onto the car. So that's pretty lit. Oh my god, it looks so naked. It looks naked. I'm a huge fan of lightweight wings for one, and the reason I was running it in the first place is because I like lightweight wings, and because of this ugliness. Oh, bro. Little marks and scratches and junk. That was on the car when I bought it. And it doesn't look very good because the rest of this car is like super clean and the trunk just isn't because of that. So I mean, when you're like over here and down, you can't see it and it looks good. And the car looks so weird without the wing on, I will say. It looks like me without a hat on, honestly. Like, that's how weird it looks. So I've been trying to get these freaking things out, but they're old as shit, they're rusted, and they're starting to strip, which is sick. Extracto, cuz. Alright, so the plot thickens. That looks like kind of like the 3M tape that I was using. I thought this bolt was like in that, but I guess it's not. I have no idea what's going on right now. So there's definitely threads on that, which means there has to be threads in this. I can get threads, like a little piece of thread without a nut on it, that's the exact same size and thread pitch, and just get one without a head, and then I can have these two go through that, and then both of those will go in the car and then hold it down. That one is stripped. I'm wondering if there's enough material there that I can tap it. Make it a little bit bigger, you know what I mean? It just looks wrong. Alright, so I went in, I was gonna film, but I had a very nice old man help me out. So they did not have good long lengths of metric thread like I wanted, but they did have them in standard. So we got some standard ones. I'm gonna try and re-tap them into standard. I don't know how well that's gonna work. One of them is a 1/4 inch and the other one is 5/16. So we got the rods and then we got a couple little nuts here. So I'm hoping that I can re-tap it into this. It is a fiberglass, so it's far more malleable than like a metal would be. So I'm hoping we can try that. We'll see. Oh, thread tapping is always so much fun. The thing is not threading the way I want it to, so I'm not down with that. I'm trying to get this thing rock solid, and I had a pretty good idea. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get a little aluminum plate here, drill a hole in it, make this hole bigger, put a nut down in there, and then sandwich the plate with 2 nuts. And then we're gonna take that plate, epoxy it in place, and then run some self-tappers in for each one. And so that should hold it freaking rock solid. Now the plate's gonna sit off the deck a little bit, which honestly I'm okay with because I'm not really worried about that gap because that gap was there before on the wing. What I am gonna do is epoxy the shit out of it. It's never gonna come apart again, so I'm not worried about that. And then I got some young body filler here. We're gonna make it all nice and smooth to fill that little panel gap there. So I don't have the tools and equipment to cut aluminum into chunks like that I need to. So we're gonna head over to young Padre's house. But first, that's pretty weird. Boom. There's the ugly duckling right there. You like that?
Yeah. Get us a piece that covers those guys. We can sort of profile this a little bit. Get some epoxy. We'll prep this up. It needs to be rougher than that. Maybe do like 4 flatheads countersunk, right?
Okay, so I was thinking we run the threads through, put a nut on this side, nut on that side, and then drill a hole for that nut so it sort of sinks down in. I'm talking about mounting the thread onto this so it's like stable. Or did you want to tap that?
I would just drill and tap this to replace that.
Okay, that works.
So it's aluminum, so you're only going to get about 3 cycles, like on off, before it's going to give it up, but then you could oversize it again or whatever.
Well, that's what I was thinking. We just drill a hole and put a nut on each side. That way it's not...
With a stud.
Yeah, so it's not like bound just by the threads alone. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so flip it over. Yeah, so I'm thinking we drill the hole out a little bit bigger so this nut sits like
I was
submerged.
Totally this piece of it.
You see what I mean? And then you do that to the same, so then it'll basically be this plate upper piece and the nuts will be buried up inside the fiberglass.
Okay.
Oh, so now we can get this to even sit better.
Okay, well, I definitely think trying to get a bigger piece on here, because these probably don't, you had these fasteners, but these were dead.
Yes.
Do you need that stud to stick out?
Maybe.
I guess you'd stick
high.
it like
It needs to be higher on the rear than the front, but that's more than enough.
But how far? So I mean, I'm just trying to get him. You want to
go measure it?
Yeah.
We got our studs prepped. I'll add a little bit of height. It's not too bad. Alright, so we marked up a rough. That needs to move over a little bit. So this duckling needs to be about there. It's nice, yes?
Oh yeah. If this all goes to shit, I still have duct tape. We could just duct tape this whole assembly on.
I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. Good thing my trunk holes aren't 5/16. Oh, that doesn't feel very good.
That'll clean up.
That's nice. The bottom one a little bit.
You think, is this one long enough?
Might be. New plan.
New plan.
New plan. So we didn't.
Studless.
The studs weren't working out very well because we get the orientation proper. So we're going to try to thread in. This should be interesting. Alright, so new plan. Lay that on there. We're going to drill these little holes out, run screws in it to hold it in place, and then we're going to hold this with that part up against the car, and then we're going to run.
Drill it to the car.
Yeah, and then we're going to run our holes through here, pilot holes, come back, tap these, and then run bolts in. And then once it's all together and bolted on the car, then we're going to epoxy these two together. And that'll be it, baby. So we drilled the holes, 4 of them in total, and we drilled the outer edge a little bit bigger of a drill bit so that our screw can sit flush. See that? So that's going to go on like that, and then we're going to screw that into place and then go for our big holes after that. Alright, so we took a little break, went to go grab some parts and some drill bits, so we're back at it now. So I switched to this guy, the 5/32.
Yeah.
The 9/64, the hole was already bigger than, because I freaking like reamed it out with that other one.
Good.
But this is fitting nice now.
Did you run it in?
Check that out. Send it.
Good. Okay.
You like that?
Mouse?
Those are feeling pretty good. Yeah? That's going to be cut.
Okay. What now?
The
base on there?
I thought you said you wanted to drill a little pilot, and then tap it as a quarter in the front.
Yes.
And then 5/16.
we can use both. Hang on, so we can do 1/4-20s on both, or do you have studs? You still want to go 5/16?
Well, we would need to get new threads for a quarter, for doing quarter all the way around. We already have the 5, whatever it is.
But you
I already cut the length.
The front ones will be short, won't they?
Yeah.
The 5/16?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
In the rear, and then quarter in the front.
Okay.
Alright, so we fairly quickly realized that 3 of the holes were not even drilled properly. So re-drilled a bunch of the holes, but now it's on right. So we're going to tape this to hold it on, pull these off, and then run pilots through these into that. This is what you get when you buy a replica. Mounting hole number 1. Alright, moment of truth. Yeah. Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah?
Making progress.
That feeling good? Alright, so we got the lower ones done. Now to do the upper ones. Alright, Second set drilled. Now we just gotta tap them, and then once that's done, hopefully everything fits all together, and then we can start doing some body work on it.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're made